So on the cover of the Chronogram is Robert Johnson. And around his head, I had these kind of bad luck and trouble charms floating around. And with the snake and with the bottle that might be whiskey or it might be poison, or the black cat bone, like all this kind of stuff that you hear in all these blues songs. And then, of course, the guitar, which is what it's really all about. So doing these woodcuts for a long time and trying to figure out what exactly it is that I like about the woodcut, it's really the flat shapes with the textures inside. And I said, okay, I can do this with the computer. And I can do more. It's not just wood texture, it's fabrics, it's things that I just make up or things that I find. And I can use that, and I feel like I'm really moving forward into the 21st century. The book came at an interesting time because I've been making woodcuts for a very, very long time. And I just always loved the texture of the wood and just that look. And so as John was writing this book, I thought, oh, I love drawing people. And I thought, I'm going to draw these guys and just see how it goes and see if I can come up with anything. And then he was responsible for getting photographs for the book. And there was no money involved, so it would have to come out of his pocket. And it's like, oh, okay, then I'm going to have to do all this work and find them. Anyway, I just wanted to draw these guys, and then we proposed it to the publisher, and they said, well, yeah, that would be really good. And we showed them some samples. And what happened was that I was taking these woodcuts and thinking, okay, now how could I do this with a computer if I was using Photoshop and Illustrator and not just making a woodcut? And it actually opened up a lot more possibilities because I was able to scan in lots of textures that weren't just wood, fabrics, all kinds of different things, and use them in the portraits. So each one, it became maybe more personal to that particular artist because it wasn't just the wood, it was fabrics from different things. I took an etching from the 70s and made it transparent and flipped it around, and it had kind of a haunting kind of a look. And then there was fabric that my mother made a dress for me for Easter in 1969, and I really liked the fabric, so I thought, I'm just going to use that in this. So it kind of opened up a new way of working. And coming from the woodcuts, I just had to think about how do you make a woodcut, and it's really about the flat shapes and the textures in the shapes. And I said, okay, I can do that in a computer. And I made those things thinking like making a woodcut, but actually using the technology as just another tool to get something different. So it was an experiment that I think worked out pretty well. And you don't just have to be in a studio with a big hunk of wood and with a can of turpentine and the ink and everything. And frankly, I can breathe better now because I don't have all the chemicals. So it's really a kind of an amazing new way to make work. Things just kind of evolve, and I feel like that's what's happening. You keep doing what you do, but you maybe find new ways to do it.